Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Oh, all right. Let's. Hold it like that so you can see me better. And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back. For those who don't know me, my name is Mahdi. I've been painting my whole life, but professionally for the past 12 years, and I've been teaching for almost 10 years now. So yes, time flies. Anyhow, and I've been painting portraits my whole life. But even more this year, I want to go back to painting more portraits. In my classes, I teach students to paint their favorite subjects. So, landscapes, flowers, still life, or everything. But I wanted to discipline myself to focus more on portraits. That's why I've decided to invite people to watch me paint on Mondays from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. California time. Anyhow, let's get started. So, let's focus here. I think it's clear enough. And that's all you need to see. So, we're all set. I think we're live, but please leave a comment. Leave a comment below to let me know that you can hear me well, and of course you can see the canvas well. And today I'm going to paint one of my students, Casandra. I've been painting my students or one of their family members for the past probably 3 months or so. And I still have about 6 portraits to paint. So I hope you learned something. This is not really, this is not a class, it's like a demo, if you don't know. But I'm gonna comment on my process and my technique, so you'll learn something. All right, let me adjust a couple of things. I'm going to place the microphone closer so you can hear what I'm saying. It should be much better now. If you don't know, unfortunately, I won't be able to answer the questions as I paint, but feel free to comment down below, and I will answer your questions after the demo. So I hope Casandra is watching, or she might join us later. I think with acrylic, and as you all know, it dries fast. That's why my panel is not ready. So give me 1 minute. So it's for me to practice, but I thought, hey, why not share what I do? So even if it's not the class, you will learn something. More light, so it's still the same. Okay, okay, it's not working here. Ah, I need to turn my light. There you go. Ah, that's better. All right, there's a little bit of glare, but it's on the photo, uh, not on my screen. So about that, there's so much I can do, but I think it's clear enough, and then I will zoom in at some point to show you how I can do details. So I use for most subjects, I use the same colors. I switched here, titanium white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, vermilion. That is the red orange. It's very bright. Oh, this is dark umber. I should have placed burnt sienna before that. Light brown with some reddish. And then you cut Morindo. That's what I use most of the time. And only buy different colors when I need vibrant colors or specific colors like the purple. I can't always get the purple I like, but it's in red and blue, so that's when I buy. I mean, I have a tube of purple somewhere, but I won't need it tonight. Anyway, enough talk. Let's paint. I always start by fixing the size of the face. Do you know how big it's going to be? And inside the shape of the face, I pick the nose, the eyes, and the mouth. So, start with the light. Light brown, that's a brown sienna. Here, the chin, the right side, and the forehead, and then the hair. If you don't live in Fresno, it's super hot today. I think it's 103 something. So the fan is on. I hope you can still hear me well. The fan is about 3 feet from me, so I hope you won't hear too much this buzzing sound. Hi. After the shape and the face of this the shape and the size of the face. And you place the nose, the eyeline or the eyes, and the mouth. In this case, the smile. So it looks complicated. It might look complicated for some of you, but actually I want to teach you a simple way to approach a portrait. So with practice, you'll get more confidence. It's one of my favorite words because what happens is that when you're a beginner, you aim at perfection, and you want to copy exactly what you see, because that's the goal, right? But you don't have enough knowledge, so you want to break down the process, and if you trust the process, you get somewhere, right? Of course, it's going to take time to represent what you have in mind, but you'll get there if you follow the process. And the first thing is to get the likeness with just a few lines. Right? Don't worry about the colors, or if you draw, don't worry about the shading. Here there's no shading except the skin color, the skin tone. But if you have the light source on one side and shadows on the other side, don't worry about that. You can have the best skin tone, shading, oops, frontal. You can have the best shading, but if the likeness is there, you would have wasted time and energy, and you'll be frustrated when you see what is off. So, just, it's not just that. Practice first the likeness, and trust me, you'll get somewhere. What I do next usually is I would do it differently if I were on my own. Well, although it would be about the same process. Um, I'm going to place the neck. The selfie, the neck is actually more skinny than it is in real life, because I know that I'm going to make it slightly wider. There you go. So the head and the neck. What I do next is placing a base color. Oops, I grab some lemon yellow. To cover the wood panel. So I paint only the quarter-inch wood panels is gessoed on both sides. One side is more rough, which I prefer. The other side is too smooth for me. So I want to place a base color. So I'm not distracted by this grayish underlayer that has a lot of strokes. And also this first pass of skin tone, it's like priming my panel, and the next layers will stick better too. Alright, I want this set up. Although there's some yellow there. There's more burnt sienna and yellow ochre and titanium white. So one of my students, uh, I don't know if she's watching tonight, but what she does, she has a sketchbook, and she draws at the same time. So feel free to do the same as you watch. And we'll practice and make time, right? There you go. That's what I need, really. So it makes the face stand out from the under layer. So I hope you can hear me well. Uh, if you have any questions, I have my iPad next to me, so actually I can read your comment. Um, if I can't answer by writing, I can answer your questions by talking. The next step is the nose. I treat the nose because I can measure all the distances from the nose. So now I'm refining, but I'm not looking for perfection here. After the initial sketch, I'll refine the shapes and the proportions to get the likeness. That's what matters the most. You could paint the face or any other subject in a completely different color. It could be gray or purple. If you don't have the likeness, it's no bueno. Okay, I think that's the right size. I can refine the shape later. Keep in mind that it's going to be a loose painting, not only because we have only 2 hours, but I want to keep the style loose and the finished painting painter. So what do I do? I paint it white of the eyes. Just never notice it's not white. It's grayish in tonight's case. So why? Because it reflects the lighting, the environment. Um, So this picture was taken obviously outside on a nice day. So there's a nice lighting. The light very diffused. So I always think what's in the background first. So to me, it makes more sense to paint the white of the eyes and the irises before painting the shape of the eye itself. So as part of the process, I see this as a draft, and then I'm going to refine everything as I go. And everything almost at the same time. You don't want to spend, say, 1 hour on just one part of the face. Then work here and there at the same time to keep your style consistent. By that I mean you cannot, unless it's a purpose, but in the case of a traditional portrait, you don't want to mix Da Vinci or Vermeer, something very detailed and refined thick paint and textures, and something very textured like Van Gogh. It makes sense to combine two styles. Also, to keep it loose, I'm using a long handle, about 10 inches long, and I hold it from a distance like that. So I'm not tempted to hold it like a pen and painting the details. After the eyes, no need to be more on the eyes. I have the right distance to the nose. They are too big for now, but once I outline the shape of the eyes, it'll be better. So now it's time to paste the mouth. So just like I put the white of the eyes first, I'm going to paint the teeth first. So they are bright, and they look white. They appear white, but actually white, yellowish. So if I were using just white, it would be so bright, too bright. There's the teeth. Just a basic classic placement. At the width and the size, the height. I compare with the size of the nose. I look at the distance between the corner of the mouth and the eyes. So that's good enough. Alright, so now let's paint the lips. To control the symmetry, I start from the center, not left to the right. Center. So even a mistake like that, as you can see, the cupid's bow is too big. So So in the center, I go left, center, and go right. So some of you might wonder why doesn't it use a retarder or slow grinding medium? The answer is I'm not a big fan of those. So the paint dries fast because it's super hot today, but it's manageable. All right, so that's what I focus on first. The likeness by working on the nose, the eyes, and the mouth. I kind of refine all that. Um, what I see now is that the chin is maybe too short, so I'm going to make it slightly longer. I have the width of the face. The ear is fine in terms of size. Just that forehead and hair. So speaking of which, typically you want to paint the dark values first. So I'm going to darken since I know that um, I have the right size for the forehead. I'm going to darken around the head. So look at the distance between the eye and the top of the ear. Maybe a few strokes, just for the dark value. Dark value, the light, medium, dark. Dark values help you adjusting your light values. Even a quick wash. So that's the early stage of the painting. Don't worry. Like that. That's good. So now I'm bringing back to the nose with the shoulder angle. Even if it's a loose style, it has to be to work closely to refine the shape of the nose. So that's my second coat. Like I said, I refine everything at the same time. I really compare my process to writing a book. And I don't write books, but I think it's the best analogy I found. I believe writers write a book non-stop, maybe 200 pages, and then they go back to chapter one, first paragraph, but they also jump from chapter one to chapter four, because they think about something in chapter four they want to write or make adjustments. So that's what I do here. I'm going to work with the nose a little bit. I always look at the big picture. I double check the distances, the width, the height, and if I see something that is off, I will adjust it right away, not precisely, but right away, so I don't forget. Um, so here's different because she has the glasses, um, but I'm not going to worry about that. I know I have enough space between the eyes and the nose to in the glasses later. So to the nose, the eyes of course. Very important, not just because it's the technical process. As I paint the eyes, like I'm going to paint the mouth next, it helps me to capture the likeness, but most, more importantly, the expression. And here I take the artistic license to, it's not even an artistic license. I want to, I want her to look at the viewers. It's more inviting and friendly. So just looking here, and she's going to look at us. So I moved to do that, I moved the irises slightly one hair to the left. So now she's looking more at us. I'm going to refine that next after the mouth. So let's refine the mouth, but it's too loose, too messy. So let's check the distances. Let's go between the lips and nose. Look at where the eye and the corner of the mouth line up. And I think a small line for the acrylic. As I do that, what do I see? Um, the the mouth might be too wide, or something not quite right. It's better, and then if you sketch the creases on both sides. All right, that's better. Let's work a little bit on the lower lip. So that's my draft, and I know it's going to get good because I know that my distances, proportions are good. I would tweak here and there, but overall, it's good. So that's what you want to focus on when you start recording. Just continue. And I call this framing, just like a frame the forehead with the hair. I will do the same thing with the chin. So although I'm used to, well, I'm used to share my process, it's usually better to give like a mug shot to show better the size, proportions, distances, and shapes. But with a candid shot, even if it's a selfie, you can practice that too. Oh, I like this photo, my friend, I'm liking him or her. So you know the structure of the traditional mugshot. So that's how you're gonna get more confidence. Like, oh yeah, I can draw paint any face. All right. So now let's go back and work on the eyes. Right? Creases, controls, it's part of the process. You want things to be perfect. Just um, in light way. So I mentioned that it's not, it's about combining the colors, glazing, overlapping strokes, more than painting precisely everything. Alright, I forgot to take a picture, so let's do that. So let's put more time on the eyes. I really want to give her a right look and then the right expression. So again, if you do that, don't forget to look at everything. It's freehand, it's easy to forget something. I'm not noticing something. Okay. So that's good. Before I work on the mouth, I'm going to put the second coat on the forehead. I like the direction I'm going, so let's have more pink. Maybe with better coverage, and also better the overall skin tone. Keep in mind that the pink uh, darkens. Getting too dark, it's better to take light or lighter. And then darken if it's too light. Even if I know my colors, sometimes I'm very surprised by how dark they are the day after. So that's why I try the process of combining colors and layering rather than trying to find the perfect color. And also the skin tone is made of many color variations, so there's not actually a perfect color, just the color that works or how that works for you. You might see more pinkish, I see things. There you go. It is working well. I like the color variations and texture. This one gives the some kind of yellowish orange. You might not see that, but right. So because I did the forehead, now the cheeks look funny. It's just first pass. Let's adjust that. See this orange dark, and I did that like 10 minutes ago. Let's soften that. That's also why we don't look for perfection on day one. Alright, let's keep adding a second curve here. Not only that the better coverage, but more dimension to the face. Wow, the paint dries so fast. Right, so just a little bit of makeup. So, some pink, orangey. It's better. So like I said, I work a little bit all over the place to keep the same consistency. I did the forehead, so I wanted to finish the skin tone. So I do the skin tone in 1 hour, and then apply the right colors and strokes. And when I do more, I feel like I'm not stuck on just painting the nose or the eyes. Again, the draft of the book. I have like 200 pages, and I'm going to go from page 1 to page 200. Check this and that. I'm going to check if what my main character does on page 1 is consistent with what he does on page 42. So here I work on the skin tone to make sure that I like the color and that it's consistent. Even in oil, it's not easy because you can move the colors around, but it's always hard to match colors. But because of tonight I'm working on the whole skin tone, well, no, the skin tone will be finished tonight. Tomorrow, I know, since I know the colors I use tonight, um, I'll be able to match any color um, tomorrow, in the next few days. Alright, I added white because it's time to go back to T. Maybe to make this very small. Show more T. So if Jerry or anybody else is sketching at the same time, uh, leave a comment. Wish you could share what you do in the comment. I don't think you can. I don't think Facebook allows that. But leave a comment below and tell us how you're doing. Her face is light, not pale, but light, so I don't have any strongly highlighted side because the light is very diffuse. There's no like obvious uh, light source. So not only have to keep everything soft, like the textures, and also have to keep the coloration almost even. It's not really, it's light all over. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit more. Oops. So I know maybe artists would be tempted to draw the bend, the strength, but you don't want to do that until you're sure that you have the right colorations, textures, and whatnot on the forehead. Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. I like the face, I like the skin tone, I like the textures, I like the highlights. So now guess what? I'm going back to Refine one more time, or a third time, everything. The nose brush, because the nose is the reference in terms of size, shape, composition, that all the distance is correct from the nose. Show the tip here. Also draw what you see, not what you think you see. Very important. But here, you don't see the naturals. But because some of you know that the naturals are there, you tend to make a dark line or two small holes, two small black dots. But no, they're not there, so don't invent. Don't create something that doesn't exist on the photo. All right, the nose is good enough. Now the eyes. So what's missing is eyelids. Also, I have to draw them precisely. Well, I could take them, I could take dark around the eyes, and now I'm going to give a little space in the top of the eyelid and the eye. And that's how I get this crease that defines the eyelid. And I do that also because it's a loose style. Because precise, I would do it differently. I would think the eyelashes, the eyelid precisely, then the other colors around it. Alright, so that's better. So every time the process is the same, the adjustments are different. The picture is more clear, it's more detailed, so I have to show a little bit more. Alright. Let's go here. Hi Angie. Hi Scott. Can't wait to see a portrait by you, Scott. Hi. So that's a good example here. I know that the highlight I just did should be just enough. Once it's dry, just enough highlight to give dimension to the eye. Right, let's give some more color shading. Just about the same size as the left eye. Should be ideal. Yeah. The same thing. Okay. Yeah. All right, eyebrows now. Small, more like that, so it's time to paint the eyebrows. It's very light. It's not only I know her, but usually women have just small hairs, and it's the eyebrows show more thanks to the makeup. So yeah, very strong lines, or worse, small lines. Just with a light shadow. Suggest you don't draw the eyebrows. So before that, of course, make sure you have the right color of the forehead. Right, maybe skip it too high. Okay, go like that. That's enough. fix the forehead. Okay. Highlight. Okay, so since I like the eyes, I'm going to paste the frames of the glasses. So I look at the distance here, the distance. I'm going to draw the black outline like so. Just so I can place the size of the face. So when you don't know, you place a starting point right there. It's gonna be like connecting the dots. So you have A, and then you find B somewhere, C, above the eyelid, probably D, like so look at the distance between the corner of the eye and D. So A, B, C, D. So Lewis painting, so I have the margin of error still. And be as precise as possible. So I want to fix or make adjustments. Again, before you paint something like glasses, make sure you have the size, the proportioning, the distances right. She had the same picture without the glasses. I wanted to show you how to paint the glasses, what to do first. So, the A, B, or C. Although here I should have painted the hair before. That's okay. Let's see. B, A, B, and C. So as you do that, something symmetrical. Always look at the other shape. Always. Make sure you have the right height, the right distance, the right width, the right height. Okay. Back to my groups. A bigger brush. So. That should be enough to take the right side of the frame. Let's do this now. So A, B, C, D. I look at the width. Right. I look at the cheeks, and I think they're good enough, so I can place the bottom of the pen. So we do the same thing. A, probably just B. I look at the distance between the next call. So A, B, and C. Just white, and use white. It stands out. But it's more like a gray. As the white dries, it should be just fine because I want the white to blend a little bit with the skin tone. The frame is black, so I can darken more the frame on this side. I can suggest the glass going all around, the scratch, the white patch. It depends on how obvious you want the glass to show. Right. I'll do the same on this side. Look at the width, the height. A, B, C, D. I think this needs to be bigger. All right. It's good enough. There's finish the side. So it's above the eyebrow at an angle. And then here it's blending the hair, so I just suggest that. All right, not bad. Yeah, I hope you pat yourself on the back sometimes. You can't always be frustrated, right? Believe in yourself. Try the process. Everything is going to be fine. So, few lines for the eyelashes. So what I'm thinking out loud uh, is I refine some details because now I'm focused on the lightness. To make it look more like her. One stroke at a time. I do need now to take the work on the forehead. Yeah, this empty space here is distracting. Even if I have the smile done, I think it's so I'm gonna work on this part. But before I forget, because I could forget, let's not forget her piercing here. You probably don't see it on the screen, but it's greenish piercing right here. So yes, it's a darker spot. People might think it's a mistake. It's a spot, um, but that's okay. Show this line. And more on the right side as well. Oops. Probably too pinkish. There, that's better. Let's give her some colors. On the side. Too much. She has freckles, so I want to suggest that, but I don't want to small dots. Some overlapping my strokes and adjust the colors at the same time. Those strokes would suggest the freckles. You can see it better when I post the finished painting. So loose means a lot of suggestions and not just a few strokes. That's what I mean by loose. It's not just brown for the hair, pink for the skin. What like you do for like a landscape, like a plein air landscape. Probably need 2 or 3 colors for the foliage, the trim. That's it. I'm going a little bit beyond that. All right, so like I said, the bare forehead bugs me, so I'm gonna pin that before the smile. Usually I would finish the smile first, but it bugs me to get, I don't quite the likeness without the strands. So again, I make sure this is ready because I can't really go back. Well, I don't want to go back and make a lot of adjustments. Okay, color mixing. It's a grayish, it's brownish. It's all brown and gray. Even if I suggest the strands, have to be bright. So that's brown, that's gray. I can do this. Can I? All right. Let me take another picture. So she has very soft hair, and I don't want to use a lot of heat. It's almost like I'm glazing, or rather, not scratch. Not scratch a few lines. Barely touch the canvas in the panel. Otherwise, it would be too dark and the strokes too thick. And I won't have those thin hairs. So I think that one right there. So once and then pick one. So I check one again on that base B. It's above the nose, and now right in the middle of the one. Okay. Too thick, so scratch like that. So it doesn't have to be exactly in the same spots, just want to make sure that the skin is covered with a few lines. Like that, that's enough. There might even be too much forehead, too much skin. So can change that. Eyeball distance. Looks to be better. That's much better. Okay, so now I feel better. Let's see here. Choose more, more. All right, and since I'm working on the hair, I might as well finish here. I know you're waiting for me to clean them out. How is it going to pull this up? I like to make you wait. So it's not white, but it's a light value. So show that. Okay. So I see that the belly is closer to the nose. Not much. I think I just need to clean more the edge. And then the corner of the mouth is done more. That. And this side. That's better. Thanks, Jerry. Are you sketching something? I hope you do. So actually, Jerry, your Casandra lives in your neighborhood, so she lives a few blocks uh, south from you. All right, so that's better here. I have the right width. Uh, the corner of the mouth is better. Not too wide. I'll show more of the crease here. If the mouth is too open, that's no problem. I'm going to adjust the lips and the teeth at the same time. Barely see the lip. Excuse me. So too yellow. More than sienna. So the mouth is way too open. So there they are yellowish tints. Now I have to show better the teeth. I'm going to outline them with a light brownish. Just up the center and not from the left to the right. Otherwise, if you don't see the distance and don't count the teeth, it will be off. Anything that is symmetrical, you start by the center, you go left, and right. So just this much here. Even if it's suggested, it has to be accurate. Here, and the canines. So suggested just enough to give the right smile and expression and lightness. Ah. That's a cheap brush. I need to buy a new one, a small one. So it's really tricky. Um, okay, so now again, start from the center, right there. The canine. There we go. That's enough because we don't see the the lower teeth. So just need to suggest this part here. Otherwise, this is going to be the lower lip covering the lower teeth. All right. All right, so now I have the right expression with the eyes and the smile. And because of the strands, it's also part of the likeness. All right, let's take another picture. The lips of the lower lip. I'm trying to find a nice reddish color for the lower lip. And it's probably not too so wide. The lower lip is too big. The lower part is too big. So that's how I paint, and that's how I write the book. It's unlikely I'll write a book. I'm not good at writing, but that's my approach. So, you can see that the lower lip is too big, right? No, I'm not sure more. Okay, no. Show that. And that's pretty big. All right, let's mix the mouth. White. Well, looks like her. So always look at your reference photo. Can't just focus on the shape because it's not enough. If you focus just on the shape on your painting, you can use the right shapes on the photo. So. And even if you're not going for full photorealism, you train your eyes and your brain to communicate Paint what you see, not what you think you see. Paint what's there. Oops, all right. So actually, my chin was in the was the right size and length. I just made the lips enough to be. So that's better. It's too bright, so turn this down. That's white. Although you have to make the chin always brighter because that's where the light hits. The light hits. Reminder: the light hits the forehead, the nose, the cheeks, and the chin. And here it's very subtle. Alright, the highlight on the side. I think I did good here. It was a bit tricky because I wanted to suggest the freckles. I thought there was too much red, so this looks good. It should look good by tomorrow. It might dry a bit darker, but it's not really an issue. Also the lining has small yellow on the side, yellow ochre. Maybe a tad of ochre. It's better. Okay, so let's finish with ear. Have the right color. I just need to outline around it like that. So I hope your paint doesn't, well, what am I seeing? You have the container that keeps your paint moist, so it's not really a problem. I don't have that here on this palette. But still, I hope your paint doesn't dry too fast on your canvas, even with the AC on. I don't know what's the weather like where you are, Scott. I hope it's cooler than right now. Next week is gonna be like hell as well. It's gonna be 106 to 110. Um, so if it's cooler where you live, Scott, lucky you. All right. So the chain is still too long. So let me adjust that. Okay, otherwise the likeness is there. highlight. Oh, time flies. Time flies. So I have about 10 minutes to finish the neck. So once again, I hope to see more portraits on our Facebook group. After all this time and all the info I gave you, you should be able to paint a decent portrait. Julie is working on the portrait. She's halfway through, so she posted the work in progress on her page. So uh, check it out. Leave a comment. Thanks for encouraging her. Okay, that's better. So I hope you learned something. Again, I go faster because I want to be able to show you in 2 hours the whole process. Um, I usually spend 30, 45 extra minutes to finish the portrait. So, but you have an idea of the process and in which order to paint. So you start with the shape, the size, and then you place, you work on the lightness by refining the nose, the eyes, the mouth. Don't think about shading or perfect colors. You're not there yet. You have to work on the lightness first, really. Actually, you waste time and energy when you start shading and painting because you have to go back, so you're not learning much. Or you're learning the wrong way if you're going too fast, because you have to come back and fix your mistakes. So even if you paint or draw something like that loose and the likeness is there, well, you can be proud of yourself because that's the first step.